The police in the UK are more concerned with the feelings of those affected by Islamophobia than they are concerned with the actual safety of their citizens. Sussex police tweeted out that they had arrested this man and were damn proud of themselves for punishing a man for a Facebook post. This is not a first either. So you have to ask yourself, how is it that they're putting more effort and being way more diligent in rooting out hate speech than they are rooting out actual hate, or radical terrorism even? Especially considering that one of the London attackers from one of London's recent attacks was featured on a documentary where he announced his hatred of the West. But still, we don't have the resources to track down these terrorists. But we definitely have the resources to track down every person who says something problematic on Facebook or Twitter.
How many of those 400 have come back to London?
The estimate is just over half. So when you follow 400 people, what I can do is make sure with the policies, because what we can do though is make sure that the resources for the police and the experts to follow, police speaking, 15% to 20% is funded by me, the mayor. The rest comes from central government. If the Met Police budget is being shrunk and reduced, they've got to prioritise and use their resources in a sensible, savvy way.
What could be a big...
So, it's resources, right? Well, let's just go ahead and read the article of Sussex police essentially patting themselves on the back for capturing this hateful man on Facebook. Shoreham man jailed for stirring up religious hatred in Facebook post. A man is facing more than a year behind bars for attempting to stir up religious hatred in Sussex. Nigel Pelham was charged with 8 counts of publishing threatening written material intending to stir up religious hatred against Muslims on dates between February 24th and November 16th, 2015 on his own Facebook account. The charges are not used very often and are so serious they need Attorney General approval to be brought against somebody. Pelham appeared in March at court and pleaded guilty to the offenses. In June, he was sentenced to 20 months for each of the 8 counts to run concurrently. He also has to pay £100 victim surcharge and has had 2 hard drives and his tower computer confiscated. Sussex Police Hate Crime Sergeant, they have their own department, huh? Peter Allen said, "The charges brought in this case are extremely serious and were only brought against 4 people in England and Wales during 2016. Nigel Pelham used Facebook to express some truly offensive views with no understanding of how serious his actions were. Many people see social media as a harmless and sometimes faceless place to air their opinions. However, I hope this shows we will not tolerate this type of behavior and will act when somebody reports their concern about what someone is posting. I hope the sentence handed down by the court on Friday acts as a deterrent to others and sends a reassuring message to those who may be directly targeted or are more widely affected by people's use of social media to spread messages of fear and hate. I encourage people who witness such content to report it to the provider of the social media platform, but such reports can also be made to us online." This man will very likely die in prison by the Muslim Brotherhood, which has a growing presence in prisons, as prisons are a breeding ground specifically for Islam, as people hand out copies of the Quran to frustrated people who are down on their luck, have nothing else to read, and a lot of people end up converting to Islam in prison. But like I said, this man will very likely die, as there was a man who was sentenced to prison for a year for putting a bacon sandwich outside of a mosque, and he was killed in prison 6 months in. So I have to ask you, what kind of crimes do migrants face after, say, live streaming a rape on Facebook? Well, this man was given 6 months for his live stream rape of a woman, and when he got off, when he finally got released and sent home, he stabbed his family. And then we have this article where migrants blocked off a road, causing a pileup which led a van driver dead afterward. More resources are put into investigating supposed hate crimes than actual resources allocated to stop radical Islamic terror. So, like I said, the UK police care more about the feelings of those who could be potentially hurt by Islamophobia than they care about the families and their citizens that could potentially be legitimately physically hurt, if not killed, by the almost daily attacks that they face on their home soil. But that's all I got for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll leave a link to all these articles inside the description if you want to check them out for yourself.